What's going on, guys and gals? This is Auto Tech. I've just been having a kind of whatever day. I haven't really been doing much today. Like, I got out of bed, made some breakfast, and then I cleaned the bike and just kind of hopped on, and I've been riding around town. And then I stopped somewhere to smoke, and I was kind of like, I'll take the back way out to Cochrane and see if, see if I can grab a coffee or whatever, and then figure something out from there. It's definitely a fall kind of day today. It's warm enough if you're just kind of sitting still and in the sun, but once you get moving, it's actually pretty cool out. Unfortunately, I always act surprised. It's like every year, like even before like the videotaping and whatnot, it was just like every year, I'd be mid-September or whatever, and I'd be like, oh man, like summer's over. And it's like, well, yeah, no kidding, like it is literally over. Like I think, what is it, September 21st is the fall solstice, and then it's the fall season, so it's like, I'm an idiot. But it always catches me by surprise. And Calgary tends to switch pretty quick too, like it's almost like a light switch goes off. It's like you'll have like your warm mornings, like warmish mornings, where you could ride in just a long sleeve shirt. We never really get t-shirt weather for mornings, but you could just ride in a long sleeve shirt, and then suddenly it's like poof, like you just like wake up one day and it's like you need a jacket. So it's frustrating like that. Another surefire thing that confirms fall has arrived. Pumpkin spice, everything. The necessity to basic white people. It's true. It's a true fact. I don't know if I've ever actually had a pumpkin spice latte, so I can't really say otherwise if they're bad. Like, I'm not a latte kind of person, so I've never ordered it. So maybe I'll have to like get around to actually trying that. I don't know. The female posts on Instagram are starting to show Uggs and sweaters and whatnot. So and fall fashion. So that's another sure sign. Oh man, I'm picking on white girls today. Jeez, not being very nice there, but. It's true. Like, you start going on Instagram, you start flipping through hashtags. Like, sometimes I look at like hashtag YYC just to see what's going on in the city. Sometimes I find other Dynas and then I comment on their stuff, and then they never reply to me, so it's like, cool, I guess we can't be Dyna bros. But yeah, I start flipping through the hashtag YYC and I start seeing the pumpkin spice stuff and the fall fashion outfits of the day, and it's like, ugh, what a world we live in. That I don't even have to go outside. I can just like look at people's posts and know what's going on with the weather. Sometime soon here, my fall fashion will start to come out, but people don't typically know that it's my fall fashion because it very closely resembles my summer fashion. I typically just throw on a thermal liner underneath my usual attire, so I'll be rolling around with a thermal liner, t-shirt, hill ride hoodie, and my vest. We're good to go. On those extra nipply days, I wear the thicker gloves. But my Kevlar jeans they're pretty warm most of the time anyways. Like on a really cold day, I'll end up getting some pretty stiff knees, but that could also be my age starting to show too. And like I wear my cowboy boots, and those are pretty good. I find like with the forward controls, the bottoms of my feet are facing the wind, so it's not the same if you were on like a mid-set or rear set kind of bike where the tops of your feet are directly in the wind. Then something with a liner might be a little bit more of a necessity, but for me, I'm pretty good. Yeah, see, look at those trees. They're turning yellow. Nothing's starting to fall too much yet though, so that's good. So here's a question for you guys that are in those lower states where you just have like summer and not so summer. Do you still get like, I don't know how to explain it, not like a fall, but does the greenery around you change? Like, do the trees in your area like shed their leaves and grow new ones, or is it just warm enough there that they stay green and like you got to cut your grass all year long? I've always kind of been curious about that. Like I know I've been to the West Coast, further north in the wintertime, and the grass, like it's still kind of greenish, but it doesn't, you know, go like full brown, like hibernation mode like it does around in my area. And they have to cut it, you know, like maybe once a month, maybe every 6 weeks. And I can't remember off the top of my head if I saw trees losing their leaves. So I'm kind of curious about that. Has fall started to even set in around your area? Like, are your mornings starting to get pretty cool and then it's dropping off real quick at night, and your daily highs just ain't what they used to be, and everything's starting to turn a little yellow? It's always interesting to see the spread across the continent, because like I know I've got people in like the eastern side of Canada, and then I've got people in the States and stuff, so it's always cool to hear how things are working in their area. Construction pretty well goes here right up until there's snow on the ground, and then they just leave whatever they didn't finish a complete mess for the entire winter. And then the cops love to take advantage of that, so they'll do all kinds of photo radar and actual radar, and it's just a cash grab for them when it comes to construction zones, because they'll have something like this all torn up and they'll leave it over the winter so that this is down to one lane, and then you'll have a cop sitting at either end just cashing in on people that don't do bang on the speed limits. And then around here, if you're speeding in a construction zone, it's double. And that kind of seems to be the going rate at most places, but yeah, sucks. It's looking like everything's getting harvested, so that's good. If you ever want to watch something funny, you just go on YouTube here and you look at people trying to jump bales of hay. Like, people are stupid. Like, hay as an individual strand is not very heavy, right? Like, it's kind of like a overgrown piece of grass almost. Like, that's how big it is. But when they bale those things up together like that, they are extremely heavy. And you know, when it comes to going against the human body weight, like, they will ragdoll you every single time. So, you know, I don't know if it's like these stupid people that have like never been to the country before or have no idea what it is, but like they'll roll it down a hill and try and jump over it, and like those things could be 4 feet high, 5 feet high, depending on you know, what the farmer wants to do with it. And I can't jump that high, and I know I can't, so I'm not going to try. And when you get hit with it, I mean, that's a few £100 just wrecking your day, so make sure you take a look at that. I'm coming down the hill now into Cochrane. Make sure you let me know what's going on with your area, if fall's coming, or if it's already here. Let me know about those trees down in the south. I'm curious about that too. I can't say I'm excited to read about you guys' seasons coming to an end, but you know, it's just a fact of life that we have to face when we live above that, like, snow line. Thanks for taking the time and watching. If you're new to this, make sure you go on and hit that subscribe button.